Good morning, class. Today we are going to discuss our topic cell, the fundamental unit of life. We have discussed the basics of it. Today we are going to discuss the cell organelles. Okay. Now look at the slide. We know there is cytoplasm, and cytoplasm are the mainly contains a content other than the nucleus. Cytoplasm is mainly made up of two parts. It is cytosol and the cell organelles. Cytosol is mainly the fluid part in which the cell organelles remain. It's mainly made up of, it contains various enzymes, various vitamins, amino acids, and cell organelles are the microscopic structures which are specialized to perform various cellular functions. Okay, and these cell organelles are bounded by a membrane in eukaryotes and not bounded by a membrane in prokaryotes. Virus lack cytoplasm as well as membrane. Now, first cell organelle is our endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of interconnecting membrane distributed throughout the cytoplasm. ER mainly start developing with the attachment from the nucleus. It attached to the nucleus. From there our endoplasmic reticulum generates. Okay, now depending on the presence and absence of the ribosomes on the surface, there are mainly two types of ER: rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough when it has the ribosomes, smooth when it doesn't contain the ribosomes. Now we are going to study various functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Functions are: if the rough endoplasmic reticulum helps in the synthesis of protein and the smooth ER helps in the synthesis of lipids. It also helps in the transport of various substances between the intracellular and the intracellular in the inter and the intracellular transportation, and it provides internal support to the cytoplasm. Here is a small difference between SCR and the RER. SCR, ribosomes absent; RER, ribosomes present. Synthesis lipids, synthesize proteins. Okay, now here's a small picture of ER, rough ER and the smooth ER. You can say on the rough ER you can see small dot like structure. These are the ribosomes. Now our next organelle is Golgi Apparatus. You can see in this diagram that Golgi Apparatus is the next organelle lying to the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now we are going to study what is Golgi Apparatus. Golgi Apparatus or complex is an organelle of membrane bound sac, tubules and vesicles that secretes various biochemical enzymes. Golgi is a simple complex in animal cells. In plants they form separate units जिनको हम क्या बोल देते हैं dicytosomes, and they are also membrane bound sacs. They are known as cisternae, and cisternae occurs in sacs, stacks, tubes and vesicles. Now look at the functions. Next topic is our lysosomes. What are lysosomes? These are known as societal bags. Why these are known as societal bags? Because if the cell because lysosomes contain various you can say enzymes inside it. It mainly helps in the digestion of various materials. But if by chance the cell get damaged and these lysosome burst, they release their digestive enzymes inside the cellular components. As soon as they release the cellular enzymes, these starts degrading its own cells. That's why it is known as societal bags, because it can kill its own cell if it get burst or if it get broken, and it will digest its own cellular components. Mainly its digestion enzymes mainly helps in the digestion of the food, or if by chance a foreign antigen enters inside the cell, it helps in killing of that antigen by the means of this digestive enzymes. Okay, now you are going to look at a diagram. Now this is a diagram of lysosomes. You can see lysosomes, product of digestion, they help in the digestive process. Mainly digestion occur by a process known as phagocytosis. Okay, now our next organelle is mitochondria. You can see it is also a membrane bound organelle with matrix and a cisternae. Mitochondria rod shaped organelle होती है, and it's commonly known as powerhouse of the cell, because they contains enzyme necessary for the total oxidation of the food and the release of high amount of energy in the form of ATP. Okay, it's also a membrane bound organelle. It contains outer membrane which is smooth and the inner membrane which is folded. As you can see in the diagram, there was a folding inside the mitochondria. Now mitochondria contains its own DNA, its own ribosome and its own enzymes. You should keep this thing in your mind. Now your next organelle is your ribosomes. Ribosomes are the small bodies, rounded bodies that either live in the cytoplasm or will attach to the endoplasmic reticulum that we have observed. They are mainly composed of RNA and the proteins. They are not bounded by membrane and they are present in prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. Ribosomes are absent in some of the mammalian cells like in the RBC, and ribosomes are the main site of the protein synthesis in all cells. Okay. Now our next topic is chloroplast. Chloroplasts are also a membrane bound protein. It also contains two membrane. Inside is clearly marked by a color matrix that is known as stroma, and the membrane system is known as grana. Okay, thylakoids are present. Thylakoids mainly contains the chlorophyll, mainly the pigments like chlorophyll, carotenoids and the phycobilins. Okay, and the stroma contains mainly enzyme which helps in the dark reaction, contains the DNA and the RNA. The dark and the light reaction you are going to study in class 11th in detail, not over here. And mainly the next topic attached to it is the plastids. Plastids also large cell organelles found only in plant cells which are specialized to synthesize and store the organic compound. Two types of plastids are mentioned, leucoplast and the chromoplast. The plastids mainly leucoplasts are colorless and the chromoplast contains the color. You can study the difference by pausing the video. It's not too much mentioned in your syllabus, only a small brief is there. Last topic, you can see the functions of the plastids. What are functions of the plastid? Like chromoplast provide color, leucoplast are the part for the storage of protein, starch and the oil. Plastid and chloroplast both work side by side, as the chloroplast traps slow energy to manufacture food throughout the photosynthesis. Oxygen is consumed in combustion in the respiration, and the carbon dioxide is being produced in the two process. Okay. Now the last is vacuoles. Vacuoles are known as storehouse of the cell. Mainly vacuoles are present in large amount in plant cell, not in the animal cell. Now look at the functions of the vacuoles. Vacuoles are the storehouse of the cell, and they are the bound non-cytoplasmic cells that contain non-living solid or the liquid content. They also are covered by the membrane and also sometimes known as stonoplast. Now last topic is your difference between plant cell and the animal cell. You can pause the video and you can study the difference properly. Plant cell, as you can see, cell wall is present, one absent, plastid present, absent, vacuoles are large, vacuoles are small, nucleus lie in the side, nucleus lie in the center. You should at least mention 5 points each in your notebook if you have not mentioned till date. I hope the topic is clear, and this is your last video of this topic. Now, thank you. I will meet you tomorrow with a new topic, that is tissue.